Hey guys, I'm back, and today we're going to be going over in episode 5 stattrack items. Excuse me if I sound a little lethargic. I'm a little tired. Yeah, pretty much what's going on here is the reason I'm making a video about stattrack items is because you'd be surprised how many people make mistakes and assumptions about stattrack items that aren't true, and a lot of assumptions about stattrack items that they don't believe that are true. And I've seen friends take items just because they're stat track and then be screwed over because of the way the market works with stat track items. So in this video, I'm going to really try to make you avoid such mistakes. Make sure that you don't run into any fallacies or any fallacies about stat track items. I want you just to know what's going on, so you don't have to make any more mistakes, and you can have a happy life, and you can live happy ever after with your items and not have to worry about anything of the sorts. That's the goal. So pretty much in this video, like I said, we're going to stat check items. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you the first thing on this list, the three things. What are good stat check items, what are bad stat check items, and what are the risks and what are the benefits. Oh, dang it. Well, I'll be sure to respond to this person. Later I'm actually going to probably have to disable my friends, Steam friends. But yeah, so pretty much what's going on here is pretty interesting. So let's do it. Let's start. The first thing we're going to get into is what are good stat check items, because that's the first thing I mentioned. Good stat check items are pretty simple. They're usually the items that, like I stated before, are AKs, ops, and M4s. If you check my previous videos, I speak a lot about how what items trade and what items don't trade, and I'll actually give a good example after this on what I mean. But one other example, just because I had a friend who actually was, and no names will be mentioned, of course, who did make a small mistake, and he eventually did fix it, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But it did, in a way you could say, wasted time, 2 days. So, it's kind of a plus or minus here, but pretty much what goes on here in stattrack items is the same as other items. It's all about what is commonplace between people in terms of their preferred weapons. Very few people are going to say that their preferred weapon is the MP9, which is why the MP9 doesn't have as many good skins. And sure, you have this one item right here, the Bulldozer Factor New. It's kind of it's just that one outlier. But as you can see, everything else is just pretty cheap, and we'll get into souvenirs probably next video. I'm actually thinking about just going over all the possible options in trading and then just teaching you guys how to trade. So I'm just going to make sure you guys learn everything about trading, and then I'm going to tell you how to communicate with other people and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. So the first thing we're going to go over is, let's just pick an AK, alright? AK-47. We'll do the, oh wow, there's a, oh no, it's gone. Yeah, that's what I thought. Fucking, yeah, alright, so let's do the Vulcan, alright? So pretty much when you look at the AK-47 Vulcan, you have your factory news, they're both on the market, all ranges, all 5, both stat track, both non-stat track. Let's go to your factory new here. Oh, excuse me. Oh no. Yeah, okay, good. What are factory news? The price is pretty okay. It's just, around the same time, same area. It's pretty good. You can go to the minimum wear. About the same. It's it's between your 49 to 44. It's in a good margin of error, and that's not too bad. Now let's say we go to the minimum wear AK-47 Vulcan stat track. As you can see, it goes from 160 to maybe 287 to 230 to even like 149 here, 150, and then up here a few days before that 208. Let's look at the factory new. I mean, oof. Go from 388 to all the way down to 339 to shit all the way down to 310. And you start seeing that you 326 there, and you start seeing that, wait, why is this fluctuating so much more? Why isn't there more of a constant price? Well, there are a few reasons for this. The biggest reason is pretty much the fact that you can't that there are much less of these, and when people grab them, sometimes people don't know the actual price and they just put them on the market. That, or people just try to sell them as quick as possible, so they put them on there for that price. That's usually the common thing. And but most of the time it's because people don't know the price of their item. That's kind of how stattrack items work. they're a little more inconsistent. They are more wanted in guns that are well done. What I mean by that, like well done by, I mean like a Vulcan, Factory New or Vulcan Minimora. Now the struggle comes in to where, let's say we get ourselves a well-worn AK-47 Vulcan stattrack. This one thing is getting kind of scary because right here you can see me going all the way down to 556, and then here up to 85, 83, 70. This is like a $20 difference. And you're thinking to yourself, yeah, but the other one had a few 20, 30 buck differences. Yeah, but that's already at a higher price, so it doesn't matter as much. Here it's like from a lower price already to that down low. Like from here you go from 83, and like the next day you're already at like 60. So it's jumpy. Like you just don't know what you're gonna get. 95. Like I mean, lifetime of this thing is just so jumpy. You know, this is fine, but like mostly like right here. I mean, so jumpy, and then compared to like the well-worn this one, it may be jumpy, but as you can see, it's a constant little it's kind of like yeah, it's kind of like a bullet deviation. It's like it's like the same mentality. I must have sounded fucking retarded making that noise, but that's fine. I'm retarded anyway, so it doesn't really matter. It's kind of like, how does this I can't believe I forgot the name of it, but it's consistent, and this is just the recent drop in the market. I think a new case may occur any moment now. But it's starting to go back in price, so we're fine. It's pretty much showing right here that even though it goes up and down, it always reaches it has its minimum price, and it always has about a maximum price. It has its averages. The other one is just completely out of order. This one's like, whoa, up, down, and the reason of this could be, of course, less sell, but at the exact same time, there you go, less sell. They are a little more rare, but they don't trade. I mean, okay, for example, if you're getting the stattrack AK-47 well-worn, it's gonna trade. Like it's not like, oh, I'm stuck with this thing forever. It just means that there are some days where you're not gonna want to trade it because you may not get as good of a deal, because one day your item may be like 86 and the next day it could be like 60, which is like a big difference. You know what I mean? Especially at that below $100 tier level, that's a pretty big difference in my mind, at least. It's pretty huge. So that's with AK-47s and stuff like that. Let's see, what's another good example I can give you? How about with the M4A4? All right, let's go to the let's just do the Asimov, right? Alright, so I feel that's that Asimov. You know, I mean, look at that. Just nice little thing. And of course you could argue, oh, well, you know, it sells us. Okay, here, how about a week? It has its minimum, as you can see, and it has about its highs. It's pretty standard. Go to this one. Whoa, little more jumpy. We go from 142 to here. I'll show you. So now let's go to a week here. Look at this. Look at this. You go from here 125 to 89. Oh, whoops. Back to weekly. Excuse me. No, weekly. From 132 to 330, and you can say, oh yeah, well this guy made a mistake. Well, there you go. He made a mistake, but it did make your item look a lot worse. You go from 121 to the next thing, you know, you're at 90. You know, it's super jumpy, and this is all within 1 week. In 1 week, you go from like 132 all the way down to 90. We're not gonna count this one. This one here, we're going to 90. You know, like 89, 92. You know what I mean? And it's like not like a one-time 90. Like you see even 89 right here. And, you know, it's not that crazy. You know, it's crazy, but it's really just not that crazy. So there you go. Now let's go into an example of items with stat tracks that aren't that wanted. And you know, before I do that, I'll show you the actually equivalent. So let's look at the battle scarred M44 Asimov. You know, like I said, a little graph. You know, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Normal, standard. Oh shit. Let's go to the battle scarred one. Actually, this one's a little more standard. Yeah, okay. This one's a little more commonplace. This one's fine. How's the well-worn looking? Okay, yeah, here, that's a better example. The well-worn, I mean, oh, this one's worse than the field tested. 98, shit, down to 65. And it's not like it's a one-time thing, it happens all the time. 60, 65 again, 63, 55, 62, and all the way up from a 92. that's that, and then look at the well worn here. It's still, even though you could say it's jumpy, you can go from 19 all the way down to, well, that's because the market thing crash just happened, but you could say like 20 to 16 or like 19 to 17 or something like that. That's not as bad in theory, because it keeps going back up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down in a very quickly, like daily, constant rate. This thing can be like a day or two change before from going from 90. So there's some days where you're not going to be able to trade your item because you're going to say to yourself, well, I'm not going to get as good of an offer. So that's pretty much how that works. Okay, next thing. Those are good stat check items, you could say. The Minimore, stuff like that, ththose are good. AK-47, the bad ones, like I said, are like the Battle Scar ones. But now what are really true true bad stat check items. Alright, so the true bad stat check items are actually pretty obvious, what you would assume. Go to a... what am I feeling here? I'm feeling more the... let's go to the Mac 10, alright? I mean, maybe the Neon, no. Alright, the Ultraviolet. Alright, let's do this. I think so. Is this good? No, the Ultraviolet's not worth it. It's not high enough price. In fact, you know, let's do a really bad stat track item. And my friend just happened to get screwed over by this. And that is the Battle Scarred Red Line. And we'll be going over this very shortly. Here you go. Look at this Battle Scarred Red Line, alright, man? I can give you a better example of this because I actually like really want to give you guys an example of a really bad stat track item. Items that are truly, well, obviously in the MP7 and stuff like that. Like let's go to the UMPs. Like if I go to the no, UMP doesn't really have anything that's even above $1. Maybe MP9s. Sure. That's not really, yeah, it's not really a high enough price to, it's too commonplace. I wasn't gonna do this immediately, but I guess I'm gonna have to just skip to it. Maybe in the Max 7 category. Nah, probably, no, it doesn't look like it. Like, mostly, and the reason I'm saying this, mostly the bad stat check items are the ones that, like, such as Battle Scarred AKs and stuff like that. Those are to trade, but maybe this could be a good example. Here you go. Nova stat tracks. And here, you may think to yourself, I mean, this isn't really that bad, and it really isn't too crazy, but that's, like I said, for only being a $6 skin here, or $5.75 here, whoa, whoops, $5.75 skin here, it's pretty big jumps, and no one really wants them. That's the problem. Battle Scarred. It's just, like, those are the things. Okay, let's go to the Factory New one. I mean, holy shit, dude. Holy shit. This thing is just fluctuating from... You got one guy, some retard buys for 132, and some guy's buying right here for like 145, or literally immediately after, a day after, 132.40. It's like shit, you know. And that's pretty much the problem with stat track items that aren't very, you know, people don't like as much, and things like that, or may not have as good of a trade-up contract. This thing has a decent trade-up contract, which is probably why it's priced a little better, like average-wise. Like, the average is better, not necessarily the actual price, but the price, the average is better. Alright. Now let's go into true... actually, no. I won't go over this. I'll save that for when I go into knives. Hey guys, sorry the video cut off there, but I'm just going to quickly tell you what I was going to tell you. The benefits and the risks. Pretty much the risks here, and are not as bad in terms of items. By items, I don't mean knives. Like, I mean like gun skins. Aren't as bad as in the knife category. We'll go over stat track knives in a later episode. But for now, when we're sticking to items, stat track items. Sometimes you'll find people who say I don't like stat track, and it's because they just don't care. You find that it's really rare in items, but in knives it's more common. But I guess we'll go over knives. That's the risk. If someone just doesn't want your stat track item, which I said that's rare, that is very uncommon. But it does exist, and that's a risk. You could fall into someone saying, oh, I don't like it because it's stat track, or I just don't care about stat track. To me, it doesn't really should raise the price. Blah, 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 blah. Heard it all. So that's pretty much that problem. and the benefits. The benefits of StatTrack is, first of all, in my mind, it's cooler. You know, you can have like, it'll start so, like track kills in terms of profit. It is actually more wanted. Even like I said, the risk is people not wanting it. The benefit is actually it being in theory more wanted in a way, and if it's a good condition, having more of a value. Now, another risk is market fluctuation. That's a big problem with a lot of StatTrack items, and another benefit of StatTrack items would be how's this, like the appearance of one. Now, for example, when I click, now I don't have right now a I don't have right now a I was trying to search my friends for a StatTrack item. Oh, here you go. What am I saying I do? When you see this and you see all this going on right here, it looks so much cooler than just this. Just ignore this. Just look at this. You see this white? You know, cool. White. Cool. It's all orange and shit. It's all blue. Got orange, red. See, it's more. There's more appeal to it, and that's just the way it looks. So, yeah. So I think that's pretty much all I need to go over in terms of StatTrack items for that I've covered here. So that's all I really need to cover. And I think you guys should be good for StatTrack items. If you have any questions, be sure to ask in the comment section. I'll be sure to answer the questions. Next video, we're going to be going over souvenir items, and that I can guarantee it. Souvenir items, and I have a lot to say about those. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode. I mean, have some fun. Good luck trading. Remember, it's always for fun. Get some good rank ups. I guess GG. Have some fun, guys. It's Saturday on my side of the sphere. So hope it's Saturday your side of the sphere too. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.